Draw another number. Am I pointing the right direction here, guys?
I think so.
Yeah, neither of us. I just hope it works.
We're coming to you from Denver, Colorado, where we will see PDW Pete Weber head-to-head with Michael Haugen Jr. with some great trick shots. And a couple of legends, Brian Voss against his very good friend, Norm Duke. Former Rookie of the Year, Brad Angelo, has also won the PBA points title against Mika Koivuniemi, Major Mika from Finland. Then Brian Himmler, who won one time on tour this year, against Parker Mull III, who won in El Paso, a Hall of Famer. Should be a lot of fun to watch the Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge on ESPN. Downtown Denver, Colorado, the capital of this great state, not far away, Brunswick zone, Lakewood, Colorado. Round of 16 action. Randy Peterson, let's check in with the rules.
A lot like the game of horse, Dave. If a player converts a predetermined skill shot, his opponent must convert as well. If he doesn't, the player that converted gets a strike. First player to 3 strikes wins.
Dave and Randy with you from Denver.
Just a straight 10-pin.
So Michael Haugen Jr. going to pick the 10-pin clean and leave the rest. Spare ball. Got it.
You know, back in the day, we used to play a game called low ball where you would just try to take the 7 and the 10 out of the rack. Person with the lowest score won. Michael Haugen converts nicely.
All right. You got to go 22, Pete. Or I guess you do 21. I don't know.
What?
I don't want you using my groove.
Oh, well. remember that saying, life isn't fair?
Oh.
Neither's bowling.
You're right about that.
All right, well, he's got to pick the board number there, and Michael Haugen Jr. was hoping he wouldn't take his path to this 10-pin.
Okay, you got him this right this time.
Pete, the Hall of Famer, 31 times he has won on tour, 7 majors, and a clean 10-pin to match the shot. That leads us to the Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge matchup, Randy.
Yeah.
Pete Weber, 31 career titles. Michael Haugen still looking for his first. And look at all those TV finals, 105-6. Lots of TV experience in the Weber camp.
Pete is exempt. For 06-07 after winning the U.S. Open last season.
The last time I did this, I left a 9-pin, so you're pretty safe.
All right.
You don't know
See
anything
what
about
Michael
9-pin,
Haugen Jr. has in mind. No thumb. Got a strike.
Look
at the rotation of the ball. And he's got it.
How do you like that one?
That spare ball was spinning, Randy.
Yeah, it really was, and very little hook because of the fact it was a spare ball, but real nice technique here by Michael Haugen Jr. Check out the rotation, the revolutions, and that ball was high flush.
Can Pete match it?
Uh-oh.
His ball spinning too, but oh, too much. Crossing over the head pin for a Brooklyn try. 1 pin up, and Michael Haugen Jr. has the first strike of the match. Got to get to 3 to win it.
Not sure about this strategy here. He should have maybe have used a plastic spare ball. You see all the back end that was created by that ball that he normally uses for a strike ball.
Now he's got to go to the 10-pin, left-handed, with the ball dangling from his fingers.
Oh, it's got a chance, Pete.
How about that? Lefty Michael Haugen Jr.
Lefty, no thumb. Very skillful like.
I'll be more than happy to try that.
I'm not even sure if Pete
that
Weber is even
just a little too heavy for me. So
thought about trying a shot like this.
Ball.
Certainly not left-handed. That's what the PBA Miller High Life Skills Challenge is all about. Trick shots. Oh, look at the lofts. Oh, he just missed the 10. And Michael Haugen Jr. has his second strike.
That's 2.
Wow. Just barely missed it, too.
This is going out of style.
We're gonna do it.
Oh, jeez. This is it. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Pete not too happy about that.
Same thing, but you got to go on this side.
So you gotta go.
I was trying to knock out Pete Weber.
Either way, whatever way he feels comfortable doing. He can back it up or he can throw it left-handed, either way.
He's got the 2-8.
Double
wood.
Got to hit just the 8.
Knock down the 8, leave the 2 standing.
Oh, no.
An easy shot, got it coming from the left on that. How about the backup ball? With so little room to spare, and Pete knows he's in trouble.
Wow, this is really impressive. I mean, he literally has a couple of inches to make this, throwing a backup ball off the left side of the lane. Very impressive. Good luck, Pete. You'll need it.
Here we go.
That's why it earned such a high rating from you, Randy, 8.5. No margin for error here. It's got to be perfect. And back up.
Oh, he's all over the tube.
Nope, double wood takes care of them both. Michael Haugen Jr. is a winner.
Go, dude, go down.
He wins the round of 16 match with ease over the Hall of Famer Pete Weber. Himmler, Bone, Angelo, Koivuniemi, Voss, Duke, all to follow. There's Mika setting up a whole lot of pins. He's still setting them up. Serious pin action indeed. He takes on Brad Angelo when we come back to Denver, Colorado next. The Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge on ESPN is brought to you by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly, this is the High Life. Beautiful day, 16th Street Mall, downtown Denver, Colorado. We're not far from that part of the state here in Lakewood. Mika Koivuniemi head-to-head with Brad Angelo. The 45-pin strike, Randy. How about all those pins?
Okay,
is there any way you can make this shot?
All right.
I'm not sure. That's a lot of wood.
You need to hit the head pin. You need to have ball speed. You need to have the roll in the ball.
Well, he's got his qualifications here. We'll see. We know how hard Mika throws. 45 pins. Can it be?
Close!
Oh, 45 down. Incredible.
Dave, he had the ball speed. He had to hit the head pin. He knocked them all down.
That he did. He promised it had to be right at the head pin. And how about that? Is that a flush 45-pin strike?
Yes, it was.
So Brad Angelo, who has won the Rookie of the Year title and the high title for points, has got a match. He doesn't. And he's pretty pumped.
Watch this. There's so many pins up there to create deflection. The ball almost doesn't leave the back of the pin deck.
So each start off with a made skill shot. No strikes on the board quite yet. Angelo's call now, the 5-6-7 split. Down goes number 7 late. Nicely done, Brad Angelo.
Very tricky. Got to get the ball just to catch a piece of the 5-pin, slide it into the 7. Nicely done.
Mika will try to answer. So Brad Angelo has the first strike of this match, trying to get to 3, and that leads us to the PBA Skills Challenge matchup, Randy.
Brad Angelo, no titles, 6 for Mika, 2 of those being majors. That's why they call him Major Mika.
4 shows this year for Mika. Came so close in the U.S. Open as well. One of the most thrilling moments we had on tour. That sudden death roll-off with Patrick Allen. Unforgettable. Speaking of which, we'll see if Brad Angelo can throw this out of the towel. Hit the head pin. And the best counts. Pretty good shot for Brad Angelo there.
Got a piece of the head pin. Got some nice pin action. About 8 on the style point meter.
So now Mika's got to match this, or at least, and that's not going to even come close. Not even did he not hit the head pin there. He'll get no pins, and Brad's got a second strike.
Curling is probably a very popular sport in Finland, but evidently throwing a bowling ball out of a towel is not.
He would be the skip in curling if he were the lead thrower there.
Yes.
There we go. But this is bowling.
This is very tough. I've only kept it on the lane like twice in my life, doing it through my legs.
Well, he's got to go between the legs here, folks. Convert the 10-pin. Oh! Cross lane. You better believe it. What a shot from Mika.
And this shot takes a lot of skill and a lot of flexibility.
All right, ready?
So Brad's got to answer. He's already up in the match. He'll do the stop and go, and that finds the channel.
All right, 2-1, that's okay.
Oh, that's funny.
First strike of the match for Mika. Who has won 2 majors on the PBA Tour. He's pumped. It's 2-1. So Angelo can't convert there. He's down 2-1, but he'll plan this shot.
There's a little no, listen. There's a little story behind
history.
this. When I was a little kid, my dad was pretty well known in the Northeast, and he did trick shots exhibitions with Andy Verapapa and guys like that, Carmen Salvino and Dick Weber and those guys. But and he shared this with me, and I just never forgot it throughout my whole life. So it was kind of neat that I get a chance to try it now. So Dad, hopefully we clinch it with this one here. All right.
We'll see if Brad can do it. Good to know that background about his Western New York roots. Good shot. And there he goes. Conversion for Brad Angelo. Tough shot, Randy.
A big buildup. He makes this look easy.
Right between the 5 and the 10. Mika's got to answer. All pins must be standing. Oh! He gets 2 of them. And Brad Angelo has got himself a victory. 3 strikes to 1 over Mika Koivuniemi. Checking the brackets, Michael Haugen Jr. has knocked off Hall of Famer Pete Weber. And Major Mika goes down to Brad Angelo 3-1. We've got more trick shots coming your way. Norm Duke. Between the legs, how about that curve on the ball? It's all coming up against Brian Voss. Looking into the Miller High Life re-rack. How about Norm Duke this season in Denver? Head-to-head with Brian Voss. The match was over. This was actual competition, folks, out of a towel. Yes, he struck and sent the crowd into a frenzy. What a moment that was for our 2004-2005 PBA Tour season. Unforgettable, but longtime friends. Voss won that matchup. Tommy Jones eventually won the tournament, and now they'll face each other head-to-head in the PBA Miller High Life Skills Challenge. Angelo has defeated Koivuniemi. Michael Haugen Jr. got by Pete Weber already here in Denver. So Brian Voss, Hall of Famer, against his good buddy Norm Duke. Each had great seasons, made
right
5 shows. 2 balls thrown lefty.
Oh, yeah.
Got a strike.
Talk to me. Talk to me, baby.
A lot of talking and a lot of pins knocked down for Brian Voss. Good start.
And Brian Voss and Norm Duke do trick shots for a living. In the off-season, at their exhibitions, their clinics, they're always doing trick shots.
So Norm's got a match. First one of 3 strikes, of course, wins.
Fingers do you use, Brian?
This matchup, Norm's got to figure out with 2 spare balls.
Anything you want to do.
How the combo goes with the fingers. Got to be left-handed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Got a chance.
Got a chance.
Oh. 8 knocked down for Norm, and a strike for Brian Voss. He's got his first. Leading us to our matchup, Randy, between these 2 greats.
Two guys that are best of friends. If you look at this, almost identical careers on the PBA Tour.
Brian Voss won this year, Orange County. Norm won in Atlanta. Each had great seasons.
Pass. Right, draw another number. Big 4, 4, 6, 7, 10. A ball in each hand, and you must make them crisscross. Now, the trick to this is to make sure you don't let go of them at the same time, or else they hit each other. So you got to let go of one a little bit quicker. Yeah.
That spin out there was really huge, by the way.
All right, here we go. Can I use your ball, or you want me to get mine?
You can go ahead and use mine. Just get it close.
Now, yours normally backs up, so I gotta remember that.
Wow, it's the big 4.
Factor that in here.
BV, got to use 2, got to cross them.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Oh, that's a 2.
Well done by Brian Voss, and Norm knows he's in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, and after he converts the big 4, he breaks out in his Fred Astaire imitation. The 2 balls cross perfectly, and he converts the big 4.
Are we ready for this?
So Norm has got to answer, or he's down 2 strikes to none.
Oh, he's got a chance.
Got to cross.
He's got a chance.
Not quite.
It's just, you know.
Brian Voss has a 2-strike to none lead. One more, and he wraps up this round of 16 matchup and advances
I'm
on.
not very good at my special.
I think we go back to the pin.
Yeah, and Norm not real good on this shot either. He knows he's in trouble. He wishes Brian would select the old ball out of the towel shot,
which we saw on the re-rack a few moments ago. Converted actually in a regular match on TV this year in Denver.
Get a little rosin.
One of the rosin bag. 3 balls in one hand is the next shot from Voss.
But all 3 must stay on your hand. Ugh.
That's got to be difficult just to carry 3 at once, much less get him down the lane.
He's got a chance. The spinning ball makes the spare. Make the spare. Oh! Come on now.
Unbelievable shot by BV, and Norm Duke certainly appreciates it.
How could you not applaud 3 16-pound bowling balls in one hand, and it's your offhand, his left hand. The last ball covers half of the rack.
Brian Voss has come up with some very original shots in this skills challenge.
Which one do you want?
I want a light one.
Out in the world to get 3 in one hand there.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
That's the hard part, I think. Yeah, 8.5 Randy rating for good reason. Tough shot. Norm needs it or he loses the competition.
Easy.
Little momentum there for Norm. He's got to regroup here. Well, we got them all out.
He's got a chance. He's got a chance.
Got to strike that 1 ball in the lane. Not quite. And Brian Voss will take it 3 strikes to none.
Nice going there.
All right. You guys out there better practice 2 hands, because I'm the man. 2 hands, you better practice. I'll be back. 2 hands.
The word is out from Brian Voss. A lot more trick shots coming your way. Parker Ball III, Brian Himmler, and some chairs. That's quite a combination. It's all on your way from Denver. The Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge on ESPN is brought to you by Miller High Life. Live simply, proudly, boldly, manly. This is the High Life. Sunsplash Day, Denver, Colorado. Our Rocky Mountains, we're not far away. Lakewood, Brunswick's home, round of 16 Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge. Dave Ryan with Randy Peterson, enjoying some of the best bowlers in the world, attempting some of the most difficult shots. This matchup, round of 16, Parker Bone III and Brian Himmler head-to-head. And already a trick shot being set up here, Randy.
Brian Himmler going to try to throw a strike without being able to see his target.
It's hard enough when you can see the pins, I believe. How about the Chief? He's got it. Great start, Brian Himmler.
Brian had an advantage with this particular shot because he likes to spot at the foul line when he lets go of it.
Parker Bone III has got a match, otherwise he's got a strike. Will not do it. And Brian Himmler has a 1-strike to none lead, leading us to the Skills Challenge matchup, Randy.
The Hall of Famer Parker Bone with 30 tour titles to Brian Himmler's 3. Both of them had nice years. Parker Bone winning in El Paso this season.
Brian Himmler won in Chicago.
Cross your legs.
Parker made back-to-back shows, Mesa and El Paso, Texas, winning in El Paso, as we said. His big specialty, as we saw during the year, through the chairs.
I just hope it works. See, sometimes I would do this with a blindfold, but the last time we had to call 911.
Oh boy, hopefully that won't happen today, Parker.
I'm trying to make it easy today and see if we can't throw through all these chairs and knock down all 10 pins.
Without hurting anyone. And you heard Brian Himmler say, you're nuts. I think Brian Himmler's right.
This is difficult, but he's obviously done this before. 1, 2, 3, and all 10 pins down in the pits. 60 feet to success, plus 3 chairs for Parker Bone III.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Thank you.
Talk about precision and accuracy, and 10 back. Nicely done, PB3.
So now Brian Himmler's got to match up. Can he? No people on the chairs. Oh, the Chief didn't want any live subjects out there for good reason. It's a yard sale of chairs and a strike for Parker Bone III. It's 1-1.
Oh, this could have put an eye out right here. Good thing people weren't sitting in the chairs.
That could have gotten ugly.
Yes.
He'll leave the 7-pin on a call your leave shot. Nicely done. Converted by Parker Bone III.
Does this guy have a crystal ball, or is he just clairvoyant? I mean, name your own pin.
I'm going to go the right-handed way.
Wow.
So he calls his leave, and Brian elects to go with the 10-pin. Got to have that one standing, or he's got a strike against him. And he takes all 10 down. It was a great shot. Tell you, needed to leave the 10-pin, Brian. A strike for Parker Bone III. It's 2-1, trying to get to 3.
Yeah, I don't know how you go about trying to leave a 10-pin, because it seems like the only time you leave one is when you're trying to strike.
Here's the big 4, Randy. We've seen this before.
Apparently he's
on these
done
skills
this a lot more
challenge
times than I
shots.
have.
Here, though, 2 balls thrown from the same
I've seen
can.
it.
Of course, Parker is lefty. He still have to cross, but they got to knock down the big 4. And it's done perfectly by Parker Bone III.
Your turn, my man.
I'm dead.
Parker Bone making it look easy. 2 balls, 1 hand. Covers the big 4 nicely.
And Brian Himmler not exactly optimistic. He can keep his hopes alive here.
I give you the pool cue, but I don't know how you do with that one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure a pool cue would
He was
help
just
here,
giving me
Parker.
some tips on this over there. He's a good sport, but I'm in jail.
Actually, it would if you could put a ball on either end of it.
I got 2 of them.
Well, no, because he needed to get all the big 4, and that's it.
Somebody get him a tissue.
He's having a good time with it. Parker Bone III has advanced to the round of 8. An impressive win over the Chief, Brian Himmler, 3-1. We'll check in now with our Miller High Life skills shot of the day. It's Parker Bone III, Randy, with all those chairs in the way.
On this shot, Parker Bone, very impressive, showing off his accuracy, his precision, his skill. Live bodies in the chairs, Dave. I wouldn't try that one.
Not only did he try, he converted. And that resulted in one of his 3 strikes necessary to knock off Brian Himmler. He got what he needed to advance on to the round of 8. And here are the brackets. It means Parker Bone III, Brian Voss, 2 Hall of Famers go head-to-head. Barnes and Kretzer in another semifinal match on the way. We saw some unbelievable skill shots all day long from Denver.
We sure did. 2-handed shots, 45-pin strikes. We saw all of it.
And plenty of emotion as well. A lot of fun to watch the world's best bowlers and their skills challenge shots. Now for the entire crew, my partner Andy Peterson, Dave Ryan, say it so long. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.